Welcome to this edition of Supervisor's Report with Nate Miley. I'm your host, Dr. Marshall Kamina. Welcome, Supervisor Miley.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm sure glad to see you. What topics or announcements would you like to share with our viewers today?
Well, the big announcement or topic I'd like to share I shouldn't say next Thursday. Let me say Thursday, September 25th will be the 22nd annual Healthy Living Festival at the Oakland Zoo for older adults in Alameda County. We have over 90 exhibitors. Registration's gone up to about 4,000. We'll have a nutritious lunch for the seniors. We'll have entertainment. Seniors will have a chance to socialize and visit with the animals and ride the rides at the zoo and just have a marvelous day to age gracefully and successfully, to work on mental health so that seniors don't feel isolated and so that they have an opportunity to just get out and enjoy themselves. So it's the 22nd annual Healthy Living Festival at the Oakland Zoo. Registration is complete, and we're expecting a marvelous day.
Now, you talk about the Oakland Zoo that's at the top of 98th Avenue and Highway 580 area?
Yeah, yes.
Where Effie the elephant was the first attraction that they ever had? Do you remember Effie?
Maybe, yes.
Yeah, that's for sure. I lived 3 blocks over, so I used to go there every Saturday morning. It was a wonderful, wonderful place.
Very, very good. It's one of the best zoos in the state, and if not, in the country.
Amen. Amen. Might you comment on the Tri-Valley Summit's purpose in Alameda County and locally in District 1 and 4? It hopes to strengthen the economy by helping startup businesses succeed. About 300 companies held a symposium to discuss these needs. Are you optimistic about the endeavor?
I am always optimistic and very supportive of the Tri-Valley. And the summit is just really, really important to bring people together, to share ideas, experiences, to look at opportunities for innovation, and to continue to be collaborative in an effort to making the Tri-Valley one of the best regions in our state. So I'm very, very thankful for the summit, the convening of the summit, and I know both myself and Supervisor David Halbert are very, very supportive of the Tri-Valley.
This next question, I say with all sincerity, are you experiencing any problems with residents who have resided here for several years and are now having difficulty due to citizenship issues? Do you see any light at the end of that tunnel?
Well, you know, there are obviously people are living in fear. They're being potentially confronted by ICE agents. We do know of some instances that have taken place. We know that some folks are afraid to have their children go to school. Some folks are afraid to, even go to work because of the possibility of being detained by ICE. And in some circumstances, some folks are being detained and they are legal, lawful citizens of this country. So it is producing some trauma. We do support the need for immigration reform. We do support the need for those who are criminals to be apprehended and have due process, and if convicted, to be deported and sent back. So we do support those type of things. We don't support innocent people, lawful citizens, being detained, being arrested, being subject to ICE. Now, the thing is, Immigration Customs Enforcement, I don't necessarily blame them as others. I blame the administration. The ICE agents are just carrying out the job that they were hired to do and the orders that they were given by the current administration. I just wish the administration would be a little bit more targeted in their enforcement and then their immigration efforts. And I would hope that the administration and Congress could work on legitimate immigration reform.
Thank you so much for that response. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back on this edition of Supervisor's Report with Nate Miley in just a moment. Welcome back to this edition of Supervisor's Report with Nate Miley. I wonder if you would help us on the ACTV survey. The Alameda County Transportation Commission is conducting an online survey for input on its 2026 countywide transportation plan. Are there some topics you'd like to see in particular?
Yes, there are. You know, we have to do this periodically, get feedback from the constituency, residents, transit riders, and others throughout the county, develop our plans. So I am particularly interested in, we're still experiencing a lot of congestion, and we need to see how we can alleviate congestion on our freeway corridors. That's still a big problem. You know, I still think we need to be pursuing a Valley Link as one of those solutions so that we can have less congestion in the Tri-Valley and coming over the Altamont. I also feel that we need to be looking at how we can provide better paratransit services for those who are transit dependent, particular the disabled and seniors. I'd like to see how we can improve our paratransit services and ensure that there's a better connection for seniors and disabled persons who need to take a paratransit throughout Alameda County. And then also when they need to take paratransit and public transit beyond the county borders. The final thing is, we all know that public transit, that's BART, AC Transit, LAFTA, and others are facing, you know, a fiscal cliff, a financial crisis. It's more apparent and more severe for AC Transit, BART, Muni, and Caltrans. Not Caltrans, Caltrain, yeah. Not Caltrans, Caltrain. So in order to try to address the need around the fiscal cliffs of those additional resources to ensure transit ridership throughout the area and hopefully continue to get more people out of their cars and onto transit, we need to get that fixed as well.
Gotcha. Now, we haven't heard very much about what I call the Nate Miley Coliseum. What's going on there?
Well, at the Coliseum, you know, the Board of Supervisors was still working with the Oakland Acquisition Company in order to consummate a deal with them so they could secure the county's interest, half interest, in the Coliseum from the Oakland A's. We are, I think, making progress. I'm hopefully optimistic that we'll be able to have the A's transfer their interest, the Oakland Acquisition Company, and then the Oakland Acquisition Company would have both the county's half interest as well as the Oakland, the city of Oakland's half interest, and then they could move ahead with development of the site. You know, the site has a lot of potential, even though we've lost 3 sports teams, which I never thought would happen, but it's happened, and you can make lemonade out of lemons. And so the arena is doing really well. We're still very competitive. We know that there's a lot of interest in upgrading the arena. And then there's a lot of interest for the site, the Coliseum site, for additional types of sporting activities, as well as looking at converting additional acreage at the Coliseum site to office, other entertainment, retail, and housing. Because you know the Coliseum site is located, there's Amtrak, there's BART, the airport's not too far away, it's on the free highway corridor, and it's on a major expressway. So it's an ideal location for development.
Well, I sure agree with you. Thank you for that information. With regard to winter, will the programs that have been in place continue, and are there any programs being developed to keep low-income folks able to better withstand the winter?
Well, as we approach the winter season, we're always looking to have winter shelters available for those to come in out of the rain, out of inclement weather, out of cold conditions. So that is one thing that we'll continue to do, and we'll have the resources to do that despite any challenges we might face from federal or state cutbacks. At the moment, I'm not aware of any other additional thing that we're considering for winter relief. I'm not sure if this winter will be more severe than prior winters, but if we need to begin to look at additional measures, we'll do that. It's important that in Alameda County, we stand ready, willing, and able to address any type of emergency that might confront our citizenry.
Thank you all so very much for that. One thing comes to my mind, and sort of an off-the-cuff comment. What did you think about the Alameda County Fair?
Oh, the Alameda County Fair was very successful. I enjoyed it. I was out there on 2 occasions. The fair did a lot better than it's done in the past. And despite the fact that we didn't have horse racing, and that is very, very, very unfortunate that we didn't have horse racing. And I don't blame any of the personnel, fair board, the fair director. I don't blame any of them for the lack of horse racing not being there. That's more of an issue that the state needs to come to grips with so that horse racing can remain in Northern California and not just be a monopoly in Southern California. But the fair did extremely well despite the loss of horse racing. The attendance was up, and I believe the fair made even more money.
Thank you for those comments, and thank you so much for being with us today. I'm Dr. Marshall Kamina. Join us for the next episode of Supervisor's Report with Nate Miley, right here on Tri-Valley TV. Thank you all for watching.